Hey Marvelites, you're watching Marvel's The Pull List. I'm Ryan, aka Agent M.
And I'm Tucker Marcus.
And this is one of our very special Marvel's 80th anniversary episodes. Every month, Tucker and I would pick a couple books from the decade that we're spotlighting that month, and we tell you why we're so hyped, why we want you to read those books. What are we talking about this week?
I'm Marvel's resident mathematician, and so it's the 80th anniversary. You do the math, you gotta carry the 0 and the 1, and we're looking at the 1980s.
Bingo!
That makes sense.
Totally.
We've picked 4 issues from across the 1980s, early to the late, and we're starting with Daredevil number 181. This is the famous Bullseye versus Elektra story. It is the death of Elektra. We start the story alongside Bullseye in jail. We get to have his narration throughout. We learn so much about him. It's an amazing villain story in that way. When we finally get to that huge, super famous fight between Bullseye and Elektra, every moment is earned. Every moment is so dramatic. And really, when we get that panel, one of the most homage panels ever in all of Marvel Comics, where Elektra gets stabbed.
If you think people in New York right now don't care about people on the street,
Yeah.
1981, New York City. Whew, they didn't give a crap. But we go from 1981 to 1985. We have Squadron Supreme, issue number 1. This is one of my all-time favorite Marvel stories. It's 12 issues long. It starts here on an alternate Earth where you've got pretty much everything falling apart. Government is in disarray. People don't have food, don't have water, don't have electricity. Part of it is because the Squadron Supreme messed up. And so they put it upon themselves to right the ship. Doesn't matter what the regular people want. The Squadron says, we have superpowers, we have big brains, we have the ability, let's fix things. And it's a fascinating tale about power, about responsibility. If you've never read it, I can't stress it enough. It's an incredible Marvel story.
A really interesting thing that happened in the 1980s at the House of Ideas was the start of graphic novels. And here we're covering the first ever Marvel graphic novel, and that is the death of Captain Marvel. It is such an amazing, emotional story. It's Jim Starlin, so we know that's going to be cosmic goodness. At the heart of it is a story about Captain Marvel, that's mar-vell, who has a sickness, he has an illness, and despite everything that he's seen, everything that he's fought Thanos, he's fought the worst of existence, this is what brings him down. It is such an emotional story, just spectacular stuff.
Yeah, that came out in 1982, and you look at now, biggest movies of all time, they are heavily influenced by books like The Death of Captain Marvel, rightfully so. So we're gonna go over now to the end of the decade, 1989 for Sensational She Hulk number 1. And you know, we talk about creators, we talk about the influence of Jim Starlin, Frank Miller. We gotta talk about John Byrne here because throughout the 80s, he was such a creative force for Marvel, whether it's the X-Men or Fantastic Four, so many books in between. So at the end of the decade, he takes a character he's been doing a lot of work with in the pages of Fantastic Four, She-Hulk, gives her own book, but it's so different from what we've seen with her before. It actually starts to break the fourth wall. We see a little bit in this first issue. It's really, really cool. Well before Deadpool comes in, is like, I'm the guy who's gonna do all the goofy stuff. She-Hulk breaks the fourth wall in some really interesting ways, and we start to follow her, get to see what her story is, and explore one of the coolest Marvel characters. She's got the brains that she always has, but still has the brawn to lift 70 million pounds or some crazy number. She's wildly powerful. It's really, really cool, and it all starts in this issue. Now, Tucker and I talk about these, plus many more. The first appearance of Spider-Ham. Oh yeah, get ready for that. That's all on the podcast version of Marvel's The Pull List. Check that out right now. We'll be back with another regular episode real soon. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Tucker.
And this is Marvel,
Your universe.
Tell me more about math.